Reports had been going around. Look, I know I go on this all the time. Even a lot of my favorite websites were running in previous days. Cumberbatch officially on as Doctor Strange. Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. Very definitive, whatever. And, I get online. I say, hey, guys, everybody just cool your jets a little bit. It's probably true. But remember, this isn't confirmed yet. And I had a lot of people yelling at me, John, this is as confirmed gets. Kevin Feige yesterday in the thing. Cumberbatch is not confirmed as Doctor Strange. There was no mention of Cumberbatch, except that somebody asked him about it, and he said, nope, that's not confirmed, whatever. Which kind of leads us back to the Civil War thing a little bit, too. Because I remember when part of that whole Civil War, remember that report that came out? The first one came out that talked about Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in Captain America 3. It's going to start off, now the way the report kind of read was it's going to start off the Civil War thing and lead into one of the Avengers films. And all the stuff going around was that, one of the Avengers 3 is going to be Avengers Civil War. People started running with that and started saying it's confirmed. And I got online and I said, guys, just hold up. This isn't confirmed yet. In the midst of all the rumors that we get, especially in comic book movies. No matter where it comes from, just remember, until the studio says it, it's just a report. I mean, there's rumors, and then there are legit reports, and then there's confirmed. And I think with Kevin Feige's words yesterday, now that we know that Avengers 3 is not Civil War and all that kind of stuff, we just got to keep in mind that we can hear reports and pay attention to them and talk about them, but let's just keep in mind it ain't confirmed until DC says it's confirmed. It ain't confirmed until Marvel says it's confirmed at that point. But let's get back to this thing. I don't actually personally have any doubt that Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor Strange. I do believe that is going to be the case. I think that will happen. It's just not confirmed yet. You talked about it a little bit on the show yesterday. You guys did not have a chance. Feelings about Cumberbatch, assuming this goes through, Cumberbatch being Doctor Strange.
Listen, Cumberbatch is an amazing, phenomenal actor, and you would welcome him on any project he is on. When I initially heard, I was like, a little bit of a safe choice. I was kind of excited when I heard about Joaquin Phoenix or Jared Leto. I thought those were guys that could have been very interesting and a different take. I am still very excited that Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor Strange, if he indeed is. The guy brings such an energy, and for what Doctor Strange, the character is, this in the beginning, this arrogant surgeon who has to go through his hands that get broken. How do I deal with it? All this, he can do that. And to see him go tit for tat with Tony Stark, please sign me up. Cumberbatch is a guy that can do it. He's done it before. Kind of one of the reasons I was like, but I'll watch him do it again.
Yeah, I think he's kind of a victim of his own success at this point because you just see the name Benedict Cumberbatch and it's so out there, whereas the name like Joaquin Phoenix I thought was more interesting because, he went crazy for a minute, right? And now he's back and he'd be the perfect guy to commit to a role like this. So Cumberbatch, because you just hear about him all the time and you're sick of every woman on earth falling in love with this guy, you're like, all right, fine, he can be Doctor Strange. Him actually cast as Doctor Strange would be awesome. And you want to talk about the lead pipe walk that I thought was going to go down yesterday? Yeah, right. I knew Marvel invited us for a reason. I knew there was going to be at least one famous person on stage, and I thought that reason was Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be in the room. Didn't you guys get the feeling yesterday that Kevin Feige had his cell phone on vibrate just in case, like they got oh no, he signed. Right. We can bring him out.
They drop him from the roof as he signs the contract.
He just floats down in full Doctor Strange.
Well, especially when we were sitting in there and we saw Joss Whedon walk in and the Russo brothers came in. No, I'm with you. I half expected that the next time.
Derrickson was there. So when Derrickson was there, that's when you thought, okay.
I'm going to turn my head over my shoulder any minute now, and we're going to see Benedict Cumberbatch taking his seat. I remember.
With the cloak.
Yeah.
And instead you saw me sitting behind you.
And I said, Kevin Smith? Anyway, so, I think, but I want to go to something because you're not the first person to say this, and I know exactly what you mean. I basically agree with you too, but I've heard a lot of people talk about the Cumberbatch thing and saying it's the safe choice. I think the safe choice gets a bad rap. It's because quite often the safe choice means because it's an office choice. Look, if The Rock is about to have a fight to the death with Justin Bieber, and you pick The Rock, you can be accused of just taking the safe choice.
Right.
But it's the right choice.
Right. There's a reason why they call it the safe. Like Derek Jeter was the safe choice to start at shortstop for the Yankees for the last 15 years. There's a reason why it's safe because you know the guy's going to do a great job. There's some interesting choices like what Joaquin Phoenix would have been.
Oh, fascinating choice.
And so I think sometimes you start to spin in your head like, that meant what if Mark Hamill had played the Joker instead of Heath Ledger? That would have been interesting. Yeah. But what we got was pretty damn good.
Of course, it's phenomenal. It's just when those other names are floated and you start going, that could be interesting.
Jared Leto. Leto,
Yeah.
Joaquin
Guys
Phoenix.
that never
Well,
do movies like
for
this.
me, like Benedict, definitely for me, like I love Doctor Strange. And when I heard his name like many months ago floating around, I was like, he would be perfect, at least in my mind,
Yeah.
as Doctor Strange. Not only does he look a little bit like him, but he has that commanding presence. You'd believe he's floating around in somebody's weird nimbus cloud,
Right,
altered dimension, because of his acting ability. You'll believe that. All the other actors, not as much for me. So to me, it was never a safe choice. To me, it was disappointing. Like, they couldn't get him. He's too busy doing Sherlock or something, So I'm glad that whatever happened, turn of events come around, Cumberbatch and whatever, I'm very excited to see him play that character.
And how, like, we can all picture his voice.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Talking, like,
Absolutely.
the conjuring the mystic arts and
Well, we
whatever.
were talking about that yesterday, how important voiceover is in the Marvel Universe. Spader. Just
As
that
Ultron,
he
yeah.
is that entire trailer.
Hearing
giving
him
me
as
shivers.
Ultron yesterday in the theater with that surround sound
Oh, yeah.
system.
So good.
Right, with that creepy Pinocchio music.
yeah.
I'm sure it's like, wow. I mean, the same thing with Paul Bettany as Jarvis. Now he's the Vision. It's like, so it's a lot of just the command of the voice is so important. So,
Well, the other thing with Doctor Strange, anyway, is what
Some people in the chat board are saying Justin Bieber for Doctor Strange. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, Doctor Strange introduces, and even Kevin Feige himself said it yesterday. It introduces a brand new this level that these movies are going to go, because look at what the Avengers did when they started to bring in, with the aliens and just everything, the way it just goes away from the real world stuff.
Right.
And everything. Aliens, now you have
portal
Guardians,
opens to
opening.
throw people in there.
You have so many, they did it in Thor, Dark World, like all these different things. And now with the Sorcerer Supreme coming, there's even another element that's going to be cool. So this is what they do, continuously up the game with brand new powers, brand new movies, brand new themes. And Scott Derrickson doing this movie.
It's a great choice. Inspired choice.
Not the safe
Not the safe choice.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.